Good afternoon to those that listen. It's February 5th, 2025, 5:45 p.m. We are supposed to get snow later on tonight, but right now it shows foggy. And I was like, when did this happen? Because I was just out driving home and there was no fog. Now there is. So, again, I don't know how much it's going to show up on here. Again, it's not thick fog. Just throw that real fast, get that done. So it doesn't look too foggy, but if you look out front, that where the used cars sales is, you can see it on the street light. So I'll show you. Oops, I'll show you over here because this light, it shows it a lot. Look at that. That's not good. And it is supposed to snow, but this is not snow yet. It's supposed to be another couple hours before the snow starts, but that's, I guess, fog. So I'm coming back inside now. This is just one of the stories, that's out there. I just got home and started looking at some of the news that's going on. But anyway, today was a crazy day. So I woke up last night. I took that magnesium citrate, and it worked. It worked, but it didn't work. It worked in the fact that I got a lot of liquid out. There was like barely any bowel, I guess, in there, and it was mainly clear liquid. So it was terrible. I woke up this morning, same thing, and it just feels like I'm so backed up. So I went to the emergency room, but this time I went to a different emergency room to see if, they can find something different wrong with me. So I was, well, that was yesterday. When I went, I was a little bloated, some pain, but it just felt like I really had to, backed up. So, I went on the ChatGPT, put all those symptoms in, and it came up with maybe you have, what is it, fecal matter impactation. Like you got a big ball of bowel that you can't get out, and then all the water from the laxative stuffs that, you take in, and it just goes around it. But nope. So I was there 5.5 hours. Ugh. Terrible. And everything came back normal again. So there's no obstruction, supposedly no obstruction. Everything with the digestive system is perfectly normal. Well, why am I having these problems? I showed the doctor. Finally, I got somebody to acknowledge that, that it does, I was bloating and bloating out my sides really super bad. And yesterday my roommate said, oh my goodness, your sides are turning purple. So I showed the doctor. He acknowledged it at least. Said, yeah, but he had no answer why I'm bloating out my sides. And I didn't eat anything all day. Nothing at all. So by the time I got seen, I hadn't eaten anything in like 14 hours. So there was nothing, there was nothing to make me bloat. You know what I'm saying? If it was food, it wasn't, because there was no food. And, every time I try to tell these doctors, I said it's positional. It's if I aggravate that area, then I bloat and I have pain. Doesn't matter pretty much what it is. Sitting in a chair, if I can't recline, which they had those chairs at the hospital, and it was just like a straight back, and it's like, oh, I have to recline a little bit, and that caused me to have pain and bloating. And then, anything I do, little bit of dishes, it's something with a movement. Like when you take a shower, you're scrubbing yourself and you're moving, your stomach is moving around. Just that little bit of moving around, I guess, jars it and starts the weird thing. I don't know, it's crazy. So, of course, nothing's wrong. But then he said, take Benzyl, which is dicyclomine. And I took that in the past. That's what the GI doctor said to take, and it calms down your bowels if you have like irritable bowel syndrome. Well, I'm not diagnosed with it, but maybe I have it anyway, even though it's not. There's no no showing for it and the results, the test results or anything. But and it did help in the past. I was taking it, but then another one of my doctors said, "No, don't take that because that will make you constipated and you'll be backed up." But this doctor said, "Oh, you can take this and take the other stuff too," kind of counter them out, I guess. But before, when I was taking it, it worked. But then I was so worried about being backed up that I didn't want to cause an obstruction, and then be worse off. So I don't know. This is a whole crazy situation. Right now, I'm in a little bit of pain and a little bit of bloating. Not as bad as it gets, but it's still happening. So they can't find nothing, but there's something happening. I think that some of the doctors probably think I'm making it up, but then I show as many doctors as I can. Look at this bloating, because it doesn't take much for it to happen. The doctor today, he was pushing into my stomach, to see if it hurt. Does that hurt? Does that hurt? No, it doesn't hurt. I mean, it hurted a little, but nothing bad, nothing. And I told him, I said, well, now that you've been pressing on my stomach, I'm going to start bloating. And and right after he left, yep, sure enough, boom, bloated out. So something's weird going on, and it does not relate to food. Although, if I'm already having the problems and I'm already bloated and in pain, and then I eat something, it does make it worse. But if I'm okay and I'm not, having any pain and not much bloating, then I can eat anything and be okay, as long as I don't, eat way too much. But I don't eat large portions anymore. So that's one thing that should help too. But I don't know. It's crazy. I hate not knowing what's going on. And, they just, the doctor says, well, we can't find nothing. Go to this doctor. And then, oh, we can't find nothing. Go to that doctor. And then it's like, oh, take this medicine, take that. And it's like nothing is working. The dicyclomine does help with the pain and the bloating, and it calms it down. But I just didn't want it. I guess I can take it. I'm gonna try it again. That one. I'm not trying those other ones. That was really bad. Linzess and that Ibsrela, whatever. Oh, that was terrible. So I'm just gonna do what I've been doing. Drink lots of water, lots of tea. I'm doing the castor oil in case anybody's out there wondering. I'm gonna buy the castor oil that you can consume. But right now I got the organic, I guess, castor oil that you can put on your body. So I've been doing that. I forget though, but I've been doing it a few times already, and I don't see any notice change yet. But maybe it has to take a while. I don't know. So I gotta keep remembering to do it because sometimes I forget. And then with the teas, I'm doing dandelion tea, green tea, and I'm drinking 3 cups. So I drink 1 dandelion tea cup a day and 2 green teas. I put in apple cider vinegar. I put in Demetrius Earth, oregano oil, some lemon juice, and some honey. And I said apple cider vinegar, right? And I think is that it? Yeah, I guess. And then sometimes I put in one of them, I'll put in the Miralax, it's supposed to keep your stool soft. But, if you have nothing to come out, if you're not, what difference does it make if it's soft, if you can't even get anything out in the first place? So I don't know. To me, it seems weird because I haven't really had a proper bowel movement in a week. And I really haven't had any bowel movement at all, really, in the last few days. And even in the last 2 weeks, when I go, it's barely, I get, I don't know how long, maybe a week and a half. I don't know the exact time, but like 10 days, for the last 10 days, I get either nothing at all or I get liquid. And even sometimes I'll feel, oh, I gotta go. And I'm running up the stairs to get to the bathroom. And then I get there and then I'll just have one big fart and then that's it. I'm like, really? So I don't know what's going on still. So it's crazy. But I had some good news. I've been taking Megan, my daughter, to church every week when I can go. And now I got two of my sons that they're going to go. They're going to go this Sunday as long as I'm able to go. I told them, there's still a chance I might not be able to do it, but we're planning on it. And, so that's good news. I got them going to church. So that's, good news, good news. So, not everything's bad news. Update on my mom. My sister went and saw her a little while ago, a couple hours ago, and she's in the bed. She still has the breathing tube in. They had to tie her down because she kept wanting to take her IV out and stuff. And I don't know. My sister said she was awake and alert. She was trying to talk, but she couldn't. And she was like waving her fingers and blinking her eyes, saying, that she acknowledged that she's, heard my sister. But when she contacted me, she was already asleep, so I couldn't talk to her. Because sometimes she'll do like a FaceTime, and then she'll put her on there, and I'll say, "Hi, Mom, how you doing?" and stuff like that. But she's still in the ICU. I think she's in the ICU still. But she's her blood pressure's back to normal, so that's good. But she has a severe urinary tract infection, and that's, I guess, is what's been causing all the problems lately with her. So she's been in the hospital and then the nursing home and then back to the hospital for, I think, about 17 days now. So that's not good. And, when she first went, it was after like 2 days, she started feeling better and okay. And then, we're going to let you out. And then suddenly she got worse again. So then they kept her longer. And then she felt, she's doing really good. She's walking and everything. And then all of a sudden she got worse again. So then she had to keep staying in there. And now, now she was in that little nursing home thing. And then they had to take her to the emergency room, and now she's in the hospital. So keep praying for my mom and praying for me and keep praying for my sister, because she's got a lot on her plate right now. She's got to still go to work through all this, and it's hard to do things when you got so much going on. And she was worried. She was going to go see her this morning, but she was afraid if she did that, she'd be sad about, the way my mom looks. She doesn't look too good. And she was worried she went to work, she'd be crying. And then, but, I wish she would have just taken the day off, but she can't do it because she needs the money. So I understand that too. Is that it? Sorry, this is a long video, but trying to catch up with everything. And now we got fog. So tonight we're supposed to get, like in 2 more hours, we're supposed to start getting a snow-sleet mix. And it's not supposed to be that bad. They said we might get like a 1/4 inch of ice, but I don't know if that's still in the forecast or not. A lot of times when they say this, it doesn't happen. They were supposed to start at noon and end at 9, but there was nothing all the way to like 4 or 5 o'clock. And there's a little bit of precipitation, a little bit of wetness. But that was about it. And then it was, supposed to end at 9, but now they're saying it's not going to even start until 8 o'clock. The snow part of it. So I don't know. Oh, sorry, I've just had a really crazy day and lots of stuff going on, and I appreciate everybody's prayers for me and my mom and my sister. I just want to get better too. I want to go down to Florida and visit, and especially, if my mom's not doing good and she, might have a chance of dying soon, I would like to be there, but I know I can't do it with all these problems I'm having. I mean, I can't even drive. I mean, I drove today, but I always have problems though. Sure, I drove up to the emergency room, and then a little bit after that, I started having all the pain and bloating. So I can't really do nothing. And I know I would never be able to fly, and I don't really want to fly at this moment anyway, with all the plane problems going on. But sorry I'm making this long. But I want to be there, but I know I couldn't handle the trip. So I don't know if I can get better quicker, sometime quick. I can try to go down there, at least for a couple days or something. I don't know, just a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of no answers for anything. So especially with me, they can't seem to figure it out. And then it's like, oh, you're normal, but I know I'm not. I mean, it's terrible sometimes. If I'm just sitting around and not aggravating that area, I'm okay. And then I'll just have maybe a little bit of pain and a little bit of bloating, no problem. But as soon as I start doing things, I mean, even simple things, if I sit forward for a few seconds, if I do 2 minutes worth of dishes, it starts getting bad. And then, taking a shower is really hard, and driving is hard. So, and lifting things is hard. It always causes the problems. So I don't understand how they can't find anything. It's weird. Every single test you can think of, done. So now I'm thinking I'm going to be going to Iowa City. They have the specialty doctors up there. Whenever there's something with somebody that they it's something that's bad or something that they can't figure out, they always go to Iowa City. So that's my next step, I guess. Go there. Maybe some of the specialty doctors up there can figure it out. I mean, I've already seen like 12 doctors and nobody knows nothing. And then they just pass me on. Oh, well, it's nothing. It's nothing that we can do. So call this doctor, and it just goes a big loop. So now I'm supposed to go back to the GI doctor, but I don't have any digestive problems. But go back to the doctor there. It's like, I don't know. It's just very frustrating not knowing what's going on with you, and then every little thing makes it bad. So I just have to just sit here. I can lay down and I can sit as long as I'm reclined, and then standing's not bad, but getting up to stand kind of starts the process of just that little 2 seconds to stand up. And walking, I can walk. I do a lot of walking just around in the house, but if I do too much walking, that is a problem too. So I don't know. It's like every little thing is causing something. Every little thing she does is magic. Sorry, I'm trying to keep a joyful, happy heart through all this. It's hard to do, and I'm praising God through all of this. And I have a friend that calls me, and I call him all the time, and we encourage one another, and it's really good, that we're both doing that, and I'm still in good spirits, even though I'm just frustrated sometimes, and it gets me a little down because I've been trying to figure this out so I can get things done. I want to take my kids to church every week, and if I'm having these problems, I can't do it. Last week, I finally went back to church. And, I have to drive all the way to Bettendorf and then all the way back to go to the service, sit through the service. And then, I always take my daughter to McDonald's afterwards. It was a little treat. And by the time I did all that, it took me 2 days to recover from that. I did overdo it, though, because I was out for a total of 5 hours. But, like, if I go to the grocery store, I'm usually in and out of there within 1 hour. And I still have, takes a couple days to recover. Sorry, I'm talking too much here. But I love you guys, and I appreciate all the prayers. God's in control. We'll get through this. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up on God either. I'm not giving up. I'm keeping my faith. God's going to heal me in His time and according to His will. So when you guys pray for me, just pray for God's will in the situation. I've had some people on commenting saying that, oh, you must be praying wrong, or you don't have enough faith. That's not very nice to say, for one. And how do they know? How do they know I'm praying wrong? And how do they know, that I don't have enough faith? So, I don't know. It makes me mad, too, that I have some friends, older friends. I don't talk to them no more because of it, but they think, oh, I'm just making all this up. Oh, you're just trying to get a lawsuit out of this. I'm like, well, how am I going to get a lawsuit out of something if I don't even know what it is? Oh, yeah, I'm suing you, but I don't know what I'm suing you for. I just hate that. It makes me so mad when people say, "Oh, you're faking it," or "Oh, you're making it worse, you're making it sound worse than what it really is, and you're not really in that much pain, and you're not blah blah blah." It just really makes me mad. There's no reason. Who's gonna fake something for 9 months? That would be tough. But I'm just stuck pretty much at home because of all this. And I can't take a shower. I've been doing like a shower every 4 or 5 days and then if I have to go somewhere, I have to make sure I take the shower like a couple days before, because if I took a shower the day of or the night before, most likely I'm not going to be able to make it. So, I don't know. All right, sorry this is super long. Anyone that's still here, I love you and God bless you. And, thank you for all your prayers. I really appreciate them. And your prayers are not in vain. God hears us when we're praying. It's just sometimes we just have to wait for our healing, wait for His timing and everything. So even though I get upset and I'm a little down on stuff, I'm not giving up, not losing faith, and I'm still praising God through it all. All right, I love you guys. God bless.